Hi, I'm Mary Beth, and this is Finn. Finn is an American kestrel, the smallest falcon in North America. He is with us because he is a human imprint. He came out of his nest box at a very young age, was not able to be raised with another kestrel, and therefore imprinted on his human handlers. And what that means, a human imprint, is that Finn thinks he's a person at that very critical point in time in his life where he should have been raised by kestrels. He was raised by people. He was at that point in time where he was learning who and what he was. And because he was raised by people, that's exactly who Finn thinks he is. So that does not make a good candidate for release. If he was lonely or if he was hungry, he would probably fly back to people rather than another kestrel for food and companionship. Now he is the smallest falcon in North America, cousin to the bigger peregrine. They are on a least concern list now in Connecticut, delisted from threatened in 2015. The reason they were listed as threatened probably has a lot to do with the changes in our land use. Connecticut does not have as many wide open fields, not as many farms. It's becoming reforested. Thus loss of habitat for this bird, our use of insecticides, and with loss of habitat and Connecticut being more reforested, that brings back birds that like to prey on this little bird also, like our Cooper's hawk. So we realized this bird was in trouble. Groups around the state, like Tom Sayers of Northeastern Kestrel Box Project, went to landowners and land trusts and had them put boxes up in the proper habitat. They need big open fields, 20 or so acres to support a nesting pair of kestrels. And we started monitoring these boxes to make sure that it was kestrels, not pest species like starlings or sparrows nesting in them. So through that nest box project, we've succeeded in raising the number of these kestrels in our state. This little bird is found pretty much all over North America, and actually as a species they are adapting to the fact that there is not as much habitat, and with that not as much food. As a type of bird, they are actually becoming a smaller bird overall, and that is probably to adapt to less food being available to them. They eat a variety of little things, rodents, small birds, insects. On migration, they've even been noted catching a dragonfly and eating it while flying. Their hunting style is very different than that of the peregrine falcon. They do not fly to heights 3,000 feet and such and swoop down on their prey items. They do something called kiting, which is very much like hovering, where they fly into the wind because that helps them stay aloft. They spread that wings and tail and flap them rapidly as they look down below for prey items. What helps them is they have what we like to refer to as steady cam. So when they're up in the air and maybe the wind is moving them out around a bit, they can keep their head still. We'll see if Finn will do it today. He doesn't like to be very still at all. They can keep their head still as you move their body around, and that helps him to stay focused on those prey items. A couple other adaptations this bird has, now he's doing it really good, huh, Finn, are the fact that he has what we call malar marks under his cheeks, those black marks. And those black marks, just like a sports player again would do, are there to probably absorb the sunlight, since he is a diurnal bird, a bird of bright open sunny skies. He also has those, what we like to refer to as fake eyes on the back of his head, because if you are flying, you are hovering, that might look like eyes to a larger bird of prey, like a Cooper's hawk or a red tail. And if you're staring back at your predator, that predator might think, oh, he's going to be harder to catch because he's watching me, and they might choose another prey item. Another marvelous adaptation that they have is the fact that they can see more and better color spectrums than you and I. They can actually see ultravioletly. So when that little mouse runs, he leaves a trail of urine. Urine is fluorescent. So this bird can follow that trail of urine right to where that mouse is hiding, under that bush or that log. And he can reach under and he can grab his dinner. Or he can just hang out and wait for that mouse to come back out and grab his dinner, simply by following that trail of urine. So these little birds are a migratory bird. They will fly south, usually not as far as some of the other birds, down past and into South America, and then come back in the spring to the same nest box. The male generally arrives about 2 weeks earlier than the female to sort of stake out the territory. The male and female may not migrate together, but they will stay together as a pair many times. So this little bird, like I said, he eats a variety of things and is a true falcon. Some of those characteristics are the malar marks under their cheeks, those big eyes, and those nice long toes. Now Finn we know is a male. We know he's a male not just due to his size. In the raptor world, generally, the male is about a third larger. In the raptor world, the male is generally a third smaller than the female. But they most often look alike, the same feather patterns, the same coloration. Except in the kestrel's case, as you'll be able to soon see, the female is colored quite differently.
Hi everyone, so I snuck in here with another one of our American kestrels. This is our female American kestrel, Breeze. And we actually just got her a couple of months ago, and she came to us because she was the victim of a window strike. She flew into a window and she broke the long bone in her wing, the humerus. So she's now left unable to fully fly and she wouldn't survive out there. So that's why we have her now at Horizon Wings. And Mary Beth, I believe, spoke a little bit about Finn's coloring and stuff. You can really see the difference in the coloration between the male and the female right here. Finn being the much more brightly colored, and Breeze has got the duller colors. And her chest, those markings on her chest, would look just like her eggs. So really good camouflage if she was sitting in a nest cavity. That's one of the differences. The other one, you can just see how much duller her head is, the bluish coloring she doesn't really have on her. So those are the differences. And I'm not sure if you can see the size difference in the two of them sitting here, but there is a size.
She looks a little heftier perhaps.
Yep.
She shares, the markings they share are the malar marks under the cheeks and those black fake eyes on the back of their head. So Jeannie was saying the eggs are colored just like her chest, so they're perfectly camouflaged in that nest box. And she will lay usually a total of 5 eggs. 1 egg every other day, and when she's done laying, then she will start to incubate those young. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please tune in for more. If you have any suggestions or would like to see any other birds featured, please send us a message and we will try to accommodate your wishes. Thank you.